Hey folks, I'm Vasel and welcome back to me going through 100 Great Action Dexterity Games. Today we're going to be going through letters E to K. Alright, so let's get started here with Elk Fest. Elk Fest is a two-player game. In Elk Fest, you are essentially flicking discs to move your elk across one side of the table to the other. That's it. Trying to get stones next to each other so they can step from one stone to the other. It's really simple. When I first played, I was like, that's it? But a lot of people really like this game, and it is a quick, fast, fun dexterity game for two people. Flower Fall. This is a game with flower pieces that you are going to be dropping onto a table. So there's a lot of games where maybe you throw cards on the table. This is one of the better ones. And as these cards land, and they have two different sides, there are some flowers that you will get points for controlling, and other flowers of your color that will show you if you control that region. And the flowers are going to form different things as you drop on a table. For even more fun, you can drop it from a flight up. Fold It. There's different versions of Fold It. There's also a battle Fold It. Fold It has basically a handkerchief each person has with different shapes on it, and you'll turn over a card and you need to fold it into that shape to show that those things match each other. And so you're folding it this way doesn't work, that way doesn't work, and you got to fold it as quickly as you can. It is a lot of fun. Fubi. This is a soccer style game. The outside of the board, it's a big board, has like this rubbery boundary on it, and you have this metal ball with different pegs in the middle. You're just trying to knock in your opponent's goal. Use a little stick. It's kind of like the sticks you get in those Cheez-It packets. And you hit the ball and bounce it off, and then your opponent hits it back and forth. Doesn't sound like it would be a fantastic game, but it really works well. Fubi. Garbage Day. This is a game, you know, where when you throw things in the trash and you're not the one who wants to empty it, so you're going to find a way to stuff more stuff in that trash. That's the way this game is. You're putting cards on top of a trash can and just basically bouncing the cards. And more cards, you don't want to be the person to make the cards fall. Has an interesting thing where there are little holes in the cards, and so that hole needs to be visible from above. It's a really nice game. Go-Go Gelato. This is a dexterity game for kids, essentially, where you have ice cream scoops, and you're going to flip a card over, and you need to make the scoops, the ice cream, look like the way it shows in the card. But the only way to do that is to move these balls back and forth between the different cones, and you can only touch the balls with cones. I have played this game a lot this year because I was in a small tournament of this at a convention, and it is incredibly fun, and after a while, you can get better and better at it, but kids still beat me. Gulo Gulo. This is a game for kids, but they can play with adults, where there's a basket of eggs with this stick sticking out of it that you don't want that stick to fall over. So you're moving these hedgehogs down this path, and you have to pull out the eggs. And the eggs are all different shapes, and when you pull it out, you have to be careful not to knock the whole thing over. Some of the eggs are really small. It's helpful to have small fingers, which I don't. Therefore, kids have an equal chance against me. A lot of fun. Hamster Roll. This is an extremely unique game where it's a big circle and there's different notches on that circle, and you're going to be putting shapes on this circle, trying not to make any shapes fall off, but the more shapes you put on, it slowly starts rolling a little bit, and as it rolls, the pieces are going to move higher and higher and higher, and eventually you're going to fall off. Hearts of Attraction. This is a magnetic style game where you have a bunch of magnets on the table, and you're throwing magnets on the table, trying not to cause everything to snap and move around, which can be a lot trickier than it sounds. And there are little heart magnets too. Oh, so cute. But it is a fun game, especially if you like magnets. Hop. This game is a big, grandiose looking box. It looks amazing, and it's essentially just throw things through a hoop style game. But I mean, it's pretty interesting. It's nice. It's a beautiful game, and you're doing things in different ways. It's for kids, basically. It comes with these really nice little plastic pieces too as you move around this board. It's a really cool little game, but it's essentially throw things. Island Hopper. This is a really weird one, folks. In this game, you have all these different islands on the board, and you're delivering goods to those islands with your eyes closed. You're going to be going around and dropping a passenger off on the island, and players can give you clues, but they also might not want you to go there. So as you listen to the clues, that person may want you to miss the island. So you have to figure out who's trying to help you or not. Jenga Quake. Jenga's fine. I didn't put Jenga on my list here, but Jenga, I'm just putting one variation, Jenga Quake. I like the idea of Jenga as you pull the blocks out and not make it fall. Jenga Quake comes with a base that's going to shake every once in a while. So that keeps people from going too slowly. You're going to have to pull the blocks as quickly as you can. It is a lot of fun. Kaboom! This is another game. I mentioned one last time. A game in which you are essentially building up these things, and other players are going to be shooting at you. This one with catapults as they go, and you're trying to do things as quickly as possible. They're going to be shooting at these cards in the middle, and you don't want things to fall over. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't know if it's more fun to be the builder. Probably not. It's more fun to knock things over, but you get points. I don't know. It's just an interesting game. Clask. This one almost made my top 10, actually. It's much I like Clask. A big game where you have, it's kind of like air hockey, except you are holding your stuff underneath the table, and magnets are going to hold them in place. And so you're moving things around and trying to knock the ball into an enemy's goal. But there's other pieces on the board that if you get them and they attach to your piece, because they're magnetic too, then you will lose that way. So you can't just go crazy because you have to be very careful. There's also a 4-player version of this, which is fantastic too. Klondike. This is a gold panning game. You have like a plate, and you have these different gold nuggets on it. They're all marbles. There's gold nuggets. There's also a bunch of garbage on the plate. And so you are trying to knock the gold marbles off, panning for gold, without getting the bad ones to fall off. It's really hard, but it's so unique and different than the other games I had to add it to my list. And then finally, Kung Fu Zoo. This is a game where you have basically a 4-corner board, and you're going to be flicking dice and trying to knock other people's dice into the corners. And depending on what side the dice land, you might have some special abilities, but it's very simple. It's simply taking dice and knocking them off the side and trying to knock other people's dice. It's a lot of fun and almost has like a WWE style feel to it. All right, well, that's E through K of 100 great action dexterity games. We got just a few more videos to go. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.